She waited until every seat at the table was filled. That was the part I would think about later, how calculated the timing was. 14 people around a table that barely fit 14 people. Turkey already carved, wine already poured. Her grandchildren at the kids' table in the corner. She waited until there was nowhere for anyone to go. Then she announced that she had given our money away. My husband Connor and I had been saving for 3 years. The plan was simple. Save the down payment, keep it in a liquid account, buy the house before the end of the year. $28,000, every month a little more, a goal that was finally actually within reach. Connor's mother Margaret had offered to help, not to contribute money, to hold it. She had a high-yield savings account, she said, better rate than what we were getting. It would just sit there, she said. It would be safer, she said. I had a feeling about it. I cannot fully explain the feeling, except to say that it was specific, not general anxiety, but a particular alert that activated the first time she mentioned it. I said yes to the plan, and I started keeping records. I did not go looking for evidence of wrongdoing. I started recording because the feeling would not go away. I kept a log of every conversation about the money, dates, what was said, what was promised. When Margaret called, I recorded the calls on my phone. When she visited, I noted what she said. Not a trap, a record. 4 months in, the tone of her conversations started to shift. She stopped bringing up the money when I asked about it, changed the subject, said things like, "It's all fine," in a way that meant she didn't want to explain. 3 weeks before Thanksgiving, I asked her directly if the money was still in the account. She said yes, absolutely. I have the recording. I called an attorney the following Monday. Her name was Patricia Greer. She specialized in civil disputes and had a particular experience with family financial situations. I brought her the recordings, the log, the original text messages where Margaret had agreed to hold the funds. Patricia told me what I suspected. What Margaret had done had a name. It was civil conversion, taking property that doesn't belong to you and using it as your own. The fact that she had verbally and in text confirmed the money was still safe 3 weeks before Thanksgiving strengthened everything. We filed the civil claim on the Monday before Thanksgiving. Margaret did not know. Connor did not know. I was waiting until I understood exactly what our legal position was before I said anything. I had made a mistake once, saying something before I had documentation. I had learned from it. Thanksgiving dinner. She stood up slightly from her chair. She looked at the table, and then she explained, in a voice she used for announcements, that she had made a decision about the money. Her younger son Tyler needed a fresh start, she said. She had given him the funds. She called them the funds, not our money, because family takes care of family. She looked at me. I held my fork. I did not cry. I did not raise my voice. I did not stand up. I looked at her and I thought, she thinks this ends here. She thinks this is the room where this happens and I have no options and I have to absorb it. I said, "Thank you for letting us know." Connor looked at me. He had never heard me say something like that in a situation like that. I could tell he didn't know what it meant. After dinner, when the kitchen was being cleared, I asked Margaret if we could speak privately. We went to the back hallway. I told her that Connor and I had already spoken to an attorney, that a civil claim had been filed, that the recordings I had made over the past 6 months, including the one from 3 weeks ago where she confirmed the money was still in the account, were part of the documentation. She said I was recording her without her consent. I told her our state was a one-party consent state. She said Tyler needed the money. I said, "What Tyler needs is not something I'm responsible for." The money came back. Not all at once. It took 4 months, a civil judgment, and a payment plan enforced through the court. But every dollar came back. $28,000, plus legal fees, plus the interest we had lost. Tyler was furious. Margaret did not speak to Connor for 7 months. Connor went through a difficult period of understanding what his mother had done and what it meant. We bought the house in March. On the day we got the keys, I stood in the empty living room for a long time. Not because of the house, because of what it had taken to get there. The 6 months of quiet documentation, the decision to record rather than react, the patience of building a case before saying a single word out loud. I had known, somewhere, that the announcement at the table was coming. I had not known exactly when or how, but I had known, and so I had prepared. If someone in your family is holding your money, even temporarily, even with good intentions, get the agreement in writing before you transfer a single dollar. A text message is a legal document. An email is a legal document. A handwritten note with a date and a signature is a legal document. You do not need to be paranoid to document. You just need to understand that memory is imperfect and good intentions change. Margaret did not intend, at first, to take our money. I believe that. But she did. And the only reason we got it back was because I had the records that proved it had been ours. Keep records. Always.